Welcome back to Debt Haters. My name's Alina, and my husband and I hate our six-figure student loan debt, and we're on a journey to pay it off. Today's video is a budget with me, and it's our income from March 1st, carrying us through March 7th, and I did something different. Last week, at least part of last week, I didn't, I know I didn't get to film our budget for the week, but I did a little experiment to make some extra money. So we will get into that. Our income, though, let's talk about that first. It's coming from my husband's main job as a public school teacher, and that was $1,587.65. And I guess I should mention this amount is after taxes, deductions, like, the medical, the dental, life insurance, all those things. So that's what it is after that, okay? We are rolling over. Rollover. We are rolling over $1,619.72. Which looks like a lot, but it's the end of the month, and here, I'll just break this down like really quick and explain kind of what I did for that experiment. So a big chunk of this money, was set aside a couple weeks ago when we didn't have any bills due that week. That money was just there, quote unquote, it was just there. So we set it aside, and that's what a big chunk is. Another bit is a YouTube payout that Warren got. It's like $100 there. It wasn't a lot this time. He hasn't been working on that very often since he has this new writing project. So there's that. I finally got the money from the kids' consignment sale that I sold at. So that was about $75. Again, not a lot. There was like a $13 fee to participate in that sale, and then they took 25% of the earnings, which is fine, I guess. We just really need to get rid of those clothes, and I figure it was quicker to sell it that way than online. I mean, they still sell online, but it is very slow. It's like $3 here, $4 here. I figured I'll just sell it that way, at least try it. That was my first time trying it. And then coming in at $27 and some change was a payout from DoorDash. I got back into that, and that's the experiment I'm talking about. I did a couple days of it, and it might be something that I keep doing, but I'll make another video about it so I don't waste time here. So consider subscribing if you haven't already, so that when that video comes out. All right, so going back to these numbers, the income numbers, adding up the rollover and the income, we have a total this week of $3,207.37. Goodness, 37 cents. All right, so that's what we're working with this week. Going through the expenses. All right, so tithe, formerly known as giving on here. There's been some pretty bothered people, I guess, of this whole situation, and so I changed to giving to tithe because it seemed like people didn't understand. I don't know, but so I'm just going to go back to calling it what it is, because this is money that goes to our church. When I say giving, I guess people thought, hey, I'm just, passing 20s on the corner to people. I mean, which, if you want to do that, that's fine. Right? But so there will be another video too about that, so that Warren can speak on this. I mean, this isn't, we're both in agreement on doing this, but he can speak on it and hopefully answer everyone's questions and concerns about it. But for now, it's here for now, and for the sake of time, we're just going to move on. All right, so tithe, 261. Groceries, we're doing 190. Gas, $70, and then rent, $1,765.95. That includes a little fee, that's why it's 95 cents tacked on there. Water is due So all of these are just the typical, first of the month bills. Water is $82.98. Car insurance, we pay month to month for our 2 vehicles, and it is $126.18. So electric fund. The electric bill isn't technically due this week, it's next week, but it's $285. So we are setting aside a little so that it's not such a big hit next week when it's due. Next week is probably going to be like a lighter income month. So we are going to do $185. We're just going to, let it sit until it's due. This is homeschool PE. It's a 1-day-a-week program for our kids. That is $50. That covers them for the month. Then there's another kids consignment sale, which I participated in. So I'm also going to shop there today too, because it's 50% off. So hopefully I can get, some stuff for our kids. And we're going to set aside $20 there. Okay. And then buffer is basically just so our accounts aren't at zero. We have several accounts, so that amount is $12. So adding all that up, and our total expenses come to $2,763.11. Subtract that from our income, and we're left with $444.26. And that says debt, but it is not going towards debt right now. It's going toward our stork fund. So if you're new, we are expecting a baby, and we're following Dave Ramsey's plan. And so we're pausing our baby step 2, which is debt payoff, and we're just piling up a bunch of money in case we need it for the birth. And the plan is that once we go through delivery, all right, then we can throw our pile of debt, or we can throw this pile we've been saving towards our debt, because we won't need it for the baby anymore. Okay. So, I say that we started off with 6 figures of student loan debt, which is true. That was back in 2020. We were down to like $9,000 something dollars. And, well, considering our interest rate, so that 9,000 is probably raised up some. But it is where we are, and adding this 400 to last month's stock, or last month's stork fund, we're at about 1,500 in there now in order to get to that 9,000. So we're trying to build this up by June, and so we're behind. But Oren has been working on a contract. He's been working very diligently, and i.e. up all night and kind of getting it in where he can. So hopefully that contract pays out soon. On top of that, he's been applying to like other jobs, and like I said, I was looking into DoorDash. I have been looking also into working from home. I'm not quite settled there, which hopefully I can make another video about too. But basically, there's a lot of irons in the fire, as they say. We're working, okay? We working. Is it the best that we can? Can we do better? That can be debated, I guess. And it has been debated, which is fine. But thanks for being on this journey with us. Wherever you are on your debt-free journey, keep at it.